Hello, friends. Are you hungry? I hope so, because today we are going to cook. But first, let's travel to a village called Cold Hollow. Cold Hollow was not a nice place. The houses were nice, the gardens were big, but the people were selfish. Nobody shared anything. If a neighbor asked, "Can I have some sugar?" the answer was no. If a dog barked, people shouted, "Quiet!" Everyone kept their doors locked. Everyone ate dinner alone. They had food, but they had no friends. One day, a stranger walked into this village, and he changed everything with a simple gray stone. The stranger's name was Leo. Leo was a traveler. He had walked for many days. His clothes were dusty, his shoes were old, and his stomach was empty. Gurgle. He was very, very hungry. He walked to the first house. It was a big blue house. He knocked on the door. Knock, knock, knock. A woman opened the door just a little bit. She looked angry. "What do you want?" she asked. "Hello," said Leo. "I am a traveler. I am very hungry. Do you have a little bit of bread?" The woman shook her head. "No, I have nothing. The winter was hard. I have no food for you. Go away." Slam. She closed the door. Leo walked to the second house. Knock, knock. A man opened the window. "What?" "Could you spare a potato?" asked Leo. "No," shouted the man. "Potatoes are expensive. Go away." Slam. He closed the window. Leo went to 3 more houses. "Do you have a carrot?" "No." "Do you have some meat?" "No." "Do you have a bean?" "No." Nobody wanted to help. Leo sat down in the middle of the village square. He was tired, but he was also clever. He looked at the selfish houses. He smiled. "Okay," he said, "if they won't give me food, I will make magic food." Leo stood up, and he shouted very loudly, "Hello, people of Cold Hollow! Do not worry. I do not need your food." The people opened their windows. They were curious. "What does he have?" they whispered. Leo reached into his pocket. He pulled out a gray round stone. It was just a normal stone from the river, but he held it like a diamond. "This," shouted Leo, "is a magic soup stone. It can make the most delicious soup in the world, and it needs no ingredients, just water and the stone." The people came out of their houses. "Magic soup?" asked the angry woman. "Impossible." "It is true," said Leo. "If someone lends me a big pot and some water, I will show you, and I will share the soup with everyone." The people loved the word free. The angry woman ran into her house. She brought out a giant black pot. The man brought 2 buckets of water. They put the pot in the middle of the square. They lit a fire under it. Leo dropped the stone into the water. Splash. "Now," he said, "we wait." The water started to boil. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Leo picked up a spoon. He tasted the hot water. He said, "delicious." The villagers watched with big eyes. "Is it good?" asked the man. "Yes," said Leo. "It is wonderful. It tastes like magic." Then Leo frowned a little bit. "But," he said, "it is missing one small thing. Magic soup is good, but magic soup with salt and pepper is better. It's a pity we don't have any." The man said, "I have salt. I have pepper." He ran home and brought the spices. Leo threw them in. Shake, shake. He tasted it again. Ah, much better. Leo waited 1 minute. Then he looked sad. "You know," he said to the crowd, "I once made this soup for a king. The king loved it, but the king always added carts. If we had carts, this would be a king's soup, but alas, we have none." A young girl raised her hand. "I have carts." She ran home and brought a bunch of orange carts. Chop, chop, chop. Leo put them in the pot. "Oh, wow," said Leo. "Look at the color. Beautiful." He tasted it. But do you know what goes well with carts? Potatoes." The angry woman said, "I have a few potatoes in my cellar." She brought a bag of potatoes. Splash, into the pot. Now the soup smelled good, but Leo was not finished. "Is that beef I smell?" he asked. "No, wait. Magic soup is best with beef. Does anyone have beef?" A butcher came forward. "I have some beef." Into the pot. "How about onions?" "I have onions," cried a farmer. Into the pot. "How about corn?" "I have corn." Into the pot. Slowly the pot filled. It had meat, vegetables, spices, and herbs. The smell was amazing. It smelled like a warm hug. The selfish villagers stood around the fire. Their mouths were watering. Finally, Leo put down the spoon. "It is ready," he announced. The villagers brought bowls and spoons. Leo served the soup. "Here is a bowl for you. Here is a bowl for you." Everyone ate. "Wow," said the man. "This is the best soup I have ever tasted." "It is magic," said the woman. "I cannot believe a stone tastes this good." They ate and they laughed. Someone brought bread, someone brought wine. Someone brought a guitar and started playing music. For the first time in years, the people of Cold Hollow were eating together. They were talking, they were smiling, the doors were open. The selfish village became a happy village, and it was all because of the magic stone. The party lasted late into the night. When everyone was full and happy, Leo stood up. He went to the pot. He fished out the gray stone. It was hot and clean. He wiped it and put it in his pocket. "Where are you going?" asked the little girl. "I must go," he said. "I have to travel." "But wait," said the angry woman. "You forgot the stone, the magic stone. Without it, we cannot make the soup again." Leo smiled. He looked at the villagers. "My friends," he said, "the stone is not magic." The villagers were confused. "What?" "The stone is just a stone. The magic was not in the rock. The magic was in you. You had the carts, you had the beef, you had the potatoes. When you kept them alone, you had nothing. But when you put them together, you had a feast." Leo left the village, but the people of Cold Hollow never forgot him. They didn't need the stone anymore. They learned that sharing makes everything better. My friends, think about your life. We all have something to give. Maybe you have a smile, maybe you have a story, maybe you have a strong back to help someone move. Alone, it is small, but if we all put our ingredients into the pot, life becomes delicious. So don't keep your carts hidden in your house. Share them. Thank you for listening to The Stranger and the Magic Stone. I hope you have a wonderful meal tonight. Goodbye.